The way homeowners make purchasing decisions has changed. Gone are the days where they choose 2 or 3 home improvement companies from Yellow Pages ads and call you to schedule an appointment. The internet, social media sites, and a new desire to do all their own research before they ever talk to a salesperson changed all that. Sales are no longer involved in the early stage of the cycle anymore. Homeowners look for your reviews on Angie's List, Yelp, and a host of other sites before they make the call. They investigate your website, watch your videos, scan your gallery photos, and look for your presence on Pinterest, Houzz, and Facebook. They're reading your company blog and seeing if the owner is even listed on LinkedIn. They know what services and products you offer and what your company's reputation and history looks like, all without ever talking to your sales rep. It's slightly scary, isn't it? Why is this important? You're spending more and more on marketing every day. How effective are your marketing and lead generation campaigns? How good are your salespeople? What's your best-selling product? Do you have effective content online and offline to prove your expertise? It all comes down to tracking and analyzing all your lead generation activities to make the best decisions that will improve your ROI, your return on investment. Even the best home improvement business owners rarely go farther than monitoring the basics: number of new leads, number of sets, and number of sales conversions. But there's a wealth of information out there beyond the basics. You can dig deeper to see how well lead generation campaigns are working. You can learn what improvements can be made, and you can avoid problems before they happen.
The CRM really allowed us to look at the appointments that weren't sold and really analyze why they weren't sold and what needs to happen. The one-legged, the no-shows, the cancellations, the demoed not sold, the follow-ups, everything that was resulted tells a story.
I'm able to pull a report that's going to show me these are customers that haven't been resulted or that haven't had an estimate sent to them. And it was surprising to see in the course of a month how many people we actually skipped.
What you need is a list of metrics or results to track and a solid process to track them. Ready to work smarter, not harder for your business? Let's get started. Whether you use a CRM system or simply keep track of the leads in your sales funnel on an Excel spreadsheet, you need to be able to see where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed. Your goal is to track the return on every marketing dollar you're spending and squeeze every penny out. We've mentioned the basic data, and you definitely shouldn't ignore that. Having these metrics show you what you're doing is working, and it will do more than prove a return on your marketing spend. Knowing metrics like these gives you the ability to make better decisions, and shorten the sales cycle, and grow your business. Marketing shouldn't be considered just a cost. It should be a driver of your business's growth. The only way to determine which of your lead generation campaigns are actually working and which are not, or to be able to see improvements and declines, is to actively track your lead sources.
We can take a bunch of reports for each individual lead source and break them down into a graphical presentation on the dashboard feature. And we have it set up in a way that we can quickly glance across the whole dashboard and see how every lead that comes in is performing for us.
Get yourself, your salespeople, and everyone who answers the phone or emails into the habit of asking every single prospect how they found you. If you've got a CRM system, make it a required field that they have to fill in when they are entering a lead for the first time. Perhaps it can even be a pull-down menu with a variety of choices to make the selection even easier. If you use a spreadsheet, have the field listed in the lead details so they remember to ask and enter it. Determine every type of lead source you generate: word of mouth or referrals, search engine or website, email, pay-per-click, phone, direct mail, trade show, or advertising. Keep the type of lead source fairly broad. You can add a second required field that allows you to specify individual campaigns. For instance, if your lead source type is trade show, your secondary field would be something like Summer 2013 Remodeling Show, County Fairgrounds. When you have this detailed information, you'll be able to see how each trade show performs over the years and compare it to other shows.
We no longer resort to just a long list of leads that we have to contact and then go backwards. We can sort the data by lead type. For instance, we can, if we're low on roofing leads that week and the roofing sales consultants have some openings, we can sort the data out and sort out the roofing prospects and heavily, aggressively attack those prospects and try to get some more leads scheduled for roofing. We can also see what components are coming in from our marketing dollars and shift some marketing budget into different areas if we need to.
Whenever possible, try to automate the tracking of your lead sources. Most CRM systems allow you to automate your lead source tracking. You could also track sources with unique website or landing page URLs, unique phone numbers, coupons, or promo codes. The metrics that mean the most to your business are conversions, conversion rates, time to conversion, costs, revenue, and return on investment, or ROI. These will allow you to pay attention to lead quantity, quality, outcomes, and management of your costs. However, just because you track quantity, please know that quality is much more important. Only focusing on quantity as a sign of success means the campaign may look good on paper, but never really delivers any profit in the end. A phone book is a great source of leads if you're only concerned about quantity. Here are the top measurements you should always track when it comes to your home improvement business. Number of leads per source, number of leads per product or service, and number of leads per area. Percentage of leads to sales, percentage of leads by source, percentage of leads returned to marketing, amount of time between lead capture and the sale, cost per campaign, cost per lead, and cost per lead source, revenue generated during a time period, revenue generated per source, revenue generated per lead, and average revenue per sale, gains from lead generation and marketing investments. After several weeks, or the end of the month, you'll want to review the results of all your measurements. Just entering numbers for all your metrics won't help your bottom line. You've got to do some analysis.
We have been able to track the efficiency of the sales staff through the system. We've been able to see on a weekly basis how well they're doing, how their appointments are going, and also how much they've been contacting and reaching out to their clients.
Have questions ready so that all of your data will provide the answers you need and give you insight into what steps to take next. Keep your analysis in perspective. For instance, you might see that nearly all of your lead generation programs have over 100% return on investment, and one program has a return of 50%. That doesn't mean you're going to terminate that program because it's the lowest. For example, your cost on a project is $10,000 and you receive $15,000 in payment, meaning you've got $5,000 for that project. That would be a 50% return. For your business, that might be a good return, and that program is still worth keeping. Once you're done analyzing this data, you'll want to act on any conclusions you've come to in order to improve your lead generation efforts. Will you need to scale up your entire marketing budget? Will you be spending more on one campaign, less on another, and maybe shutting down an ineffective one?
We actually cut out a few sources and transferred some marketing budget over to some higher performers. So it really opened our eyes and notified us where we were losing money from our marketing standpoint and helped us diversify funds.
We set up our first dashboard with the incoming leads and noticed a trend with actually 3 different lead providers that were actually getting a decent amount of leads in, but we noticed that they weren't turning into appointments and or turning into sales. So we'd have a bulk of incoming leads, but they weren't very good leads. We couldn't convert them into appointments and therefore couldn't convert them to sales. And that led us to decide to take our ad spend that we were currently using with those people and reallocate it to a source that was providing great leads, more turnaround and better conversion and more return on our investment.
With reports in hand, you can go to your representatives at each of your lead sources and show them what's working. For example, if you run print ads in a newspaper, You could show the paper sales rep that their ads are the lowest performing campaign you have, and then you can negotiate to get a better price and reduce your costs. As you continue to track and review all your lead generation metrics, improve your campaigns, and test new lead sources and messages, you'll be able to benchmark your progress. You'll have numbers on each month, quarter, and year. This will allow you to create goals to push your marketing efforts even further, help you cut costs, and create accurate marketing budgets.
We track our marketing dollars on the websites we're paying for leads for, and our actual online pay-per-click advertising and SEO and all that good stuff. So we were able to track where the leads are coming from, how many leads we're scheduling, what our closing percentage is on those, how much money we're making off of that marketing dollar spent.
We look at them on a weekly basis to try to determine, are we spending our money in the proper places?
To track all this data you're collecting and then create reports manually using Excel or some other method may be daunting to most home improvement business owners. It could be so much work that the whole plan to track and measure your lead generation results could get scrapped.
We'd want to see how quickly we're getting jobs installed, how quickly, how many jobs were sold, how many jobs weren't sold, comparing those types of things. You have to be talented at Excel in order to really process those things.
On the other hand, others might be scared of learning a CRM system and are happy to store all their lead data in spreadsheets. There are pros and cons to both approaches. Using a spreadsheet can be fast, and they are fairly easy to use, requiring little to no training. However, there are many more cons associated with using Excel for your reporting and lead generation tracking. With spreadsheets, there's no centralized location for your data to reside. If each salesperson and you have your own separate files, no one will have entirely accurate or up-to-date details. You can't easily share or update the files without having to save different versions. You can't set reminders, and you have to manually add formulas to each field for your calculations, which can be time-consuming and error-prone. Now with a CRM system, your reporting and lead tracking can be automated. With a proper software solution, you can schedule tasks, set reminders, share information, chart call outcomes, track each campaign, attach files such as invoices, quotes, emails, letters, and permits, manage your email, see your pipeline at a glance, set up automated reports to be sent out daily, weekly, or monthly, and view details on dashboards with easy-to-read graphics and charts.
I can go in there right now and 5 minutes from now tell you which one of our vendors in the month of May are getting them jobs installed quicker.
The benefits of a CRM system can be endless, which makes it a fairly obvious choice for home pros trying to improve business. But if your company is very small and you don't have others on your sales team, CRM software might not be the right fit for you. Just keep in mind, whichever method you choose, it's very important having a process in place so you can track your leads and your campaigns starting as soon as possible.